Hi all, welcome to TCM Education. Second day of earnings is just around the corner, so now we are at 7:10 a.m. In about 2.5 hours the markets will open, but we are open to discussing those earnings. We have Johnson & Johnson. You can see the stocks lined up here according to their market cap. This is from um, the Nasdaq earnings website. Hold on a second, my mistake. Okay, this is it. So that's the list. We have Johnson & Johnson, Bank of America, ASML, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, PGR, PLD, PNC, MTB. But let's focus on the first five. Goldman, Morgan Stanley, ASML, Bank of America, and Johnson & Johnson. So 5 stocks. Let's analyze the chart, see if we can get anything going or maybe some insights from the charts. Let's start first with Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson. Okay, we don't want to see the view up. Fine. That's the YTD chart. Not very impressive, might I say. Basically, the stock is far from chasing the S&P. Probably it's chasing, if anything, the XLV. So we're seeing nothing spectacular here. Let's see if there is anything. Actually, in the pre-market, guys, I don't know if it's already pricing in the earnings. Probably it does. We have the stock up 1.54%, trading at 167. Sorry, 157. 157.56 right now. Yeah, as of 7:11. Yeah, that's exactly right now. Okay, so good news for Johnson, trading at 157, 158 actually. I would look, and now that come to mention round numbers, take a look at this 160 breakout. Looks great. I mean, it's only right now. It's only a couple of dollars away, $1.80 away. I mean, it can be there in a second. So let's watch, and maybe if you have an alert, you want to post an alert on this trade. Watch the 160. It should be a super important breakout level for this stock. I mean, it hasn't been over 160 in 4 months. Sorry, 3 months. I would definitely pay attention to this Johnson & Johnson. You know what? Let's do something smarter and write it down. We have Johnson & Johnson over 160, and we're going to look at Bank of America, at Goldman Sachs, at Morgan Stanley, and there's another one, ASML. And try to implement the strategy that we're talking about here in the room. A fixed position per each trade, which means a $20,000 position means 120 shares here, give or take, and a risk of 1% is $1.60. So there's plenty of room here for a move over 160. Keep in mind, Johnson & Johnson is a very good mover on earnings. That's what I remember. I mean, obviously there are absolutely no guarantees that it will happen today. Johnson & Johnson though looks to me good enough and close enough to trigger a move over 160. And again, up right now pre-market 1.4%. That's $2. Let's move on. Bank of America, next in line. So yesterday, Bank of America pulled the I don't know, let's call it a mini pullback. It's up now pre-market, 713, up 1%, 1.2% to 46.70. I mean, on a good earnings report, this stock can break 50. Right now, let's take a look at the 48 as a potential target. Maybe even 48 looks great. Not a breakout on the daily chart, but very strong stock. Basically looks almost identical to the market, near all-time highs or near at yearly highs, and after a couple of days of pullback, so looks good. So we have basically two potential trades: 160 in Johnson, 48 in Bank of America. The risk on all trades that we take is 1%. If it is not technical enough, then we won't trade it. Let's take a look at ASML. Definitely a stock that you want to trade based on percentages. That's a $800 stock. Wow. That's 30 shares. 30 shares is $2,400. Yeah, 30 shares. So 25 shares are pretty much the deal for $20,000. Wow, I didn't believe this price. Anyway, ASML. Let's take a look at the daily chart. I think it's at all-time highs. Is it possible? No, it's not. Okay. My mistake. I thought it was at all-time highs, so it's not. That's actually better. But where can we trade it? Wow. Oh my God. It's down pre-market 6.7% to 767. Okay, so we have basically a candidate here for a short. Down with ASML. Down 7% is an ugly number. Let's see if it influences the semiconductor sector. Let's take a look at SMH, the semiconductor sector. Yeah, it's down 1%. Okay, it's not going to be down 7, but yeah, that's a drag on the Nasdaq. Okay, so clearly I would go for ASML. Look for a trade in ASML. This is big, really big. Let's go back to ASML. Trading now at last trade was 767.50. 767.50. Okay, just below the last 3 weeks consolidation. Again, only 25 shares here is guess what? $20,000 for 25 shares. This is a monster. Okay, let's move on, but I would prioritize ASML if we can find a short trade, and it's definitely shortable. Morgan Stanley. Again, surprises, surprise. More MS, there's the symbol for Morgan Stanley. Numbers actually flat, totally flat now in the and on a bull flag formation on the daily chart. Okay, so it has earnings. There is absolutely no reaction at this point. Maybe it's very early. On the upside, of course, 144. Interesting. On the downside, the break may be under 140. It's not a mover though at this point, Morgan Stanley. I don't know why. And let's move to the other stock that we were talking about, Goldman Sachs. Another $700 mega stock, up 0.2%, so nothing is happening there. It says high of the day 704. Again, this is Goldman Sachs used to be a great trade on earnings, not so much lately. I don't know where this one is going, but we have actually watching 5 stocks. We have an ASML potential short. Obviously, I don't have an entry point. Maybe a long Johnson & Johnson over 160 and a long Bank of America over 48. And 2 stocks that are not showing anything at this point, GS and MS. Whatever. So it took us 10 minutes to observe 5 stocks and post ASML on our watch list for a close call short, and 2 stocks, Johnson & Johnson and Bank of America, if the market will move higher for a long play, especially in the morning, where you can risk basically breaking those numbers, 160 for Johnson, 48 for Bank of America, risking 1%. Now, if it turns out that the stop loss is more than 1%, what do you do? 2 options. Still use the same stop loss or don't take the trade. Those are the options. If you feel compelled and you love the breakout pattern, there's no reason to miss it just because the stop loss is not adequate enough. You can fix it, and it's not necessary that it's going to break down. So you have a stop loss in the platform 1% below. Worst case scenario, it goes down 1% and you lose 1% on the position, not on the account, of course. What can I add regarding to yesterday's session? One of the weirdest sessions that we traded lately. I have to say that it turned out to be a pro-China session where both Baidu and Alibaba closed near the highs after 8 or 8.5% per share gain per share. Most of them, the gain was on the gap up, but still, at least Baidu showed some poise. It was a good intraday play. With regard to what will happen today in China, you know what? Let's take a look for a split second in Alibaba. You know what? Baidu. See if momentum can't hold on to momentum. Obviously not. Down 3.65% in the pre-market for Baidu, and wow, what a disappointment. That means those stocks are okay. So Alibaba is down 0.8, but Baidu clearly should be on our watch list. Maybe Baba as well. Okay, so we cannot say anything other than the volatility is here to stay, guys. Impossible to get second day continuation in Baidu. That's obnoxious. Okay, guys, we're running close to 15 minutes, actually 13.4. Thank you for being here with us. I hope it was illuminating enough. Very simple. I mean, we don't want to bring in additional stuff that may not be relevant and push somebody into a trade that he doesn't want to take. It's either going to go in the Nike way, meaning a simple move up in the first half an hour, or if it starts chopping around, the chances of a good move are always there, but they diminish substantially because if energy is not spent in one direction, there's energy up, energy down, that cools off the move, and eventually you get nothing most of the time. So we covered, let me recap, we covered Johnson & Johnson for a potential move over 160, Bank of America for a potential move over 48, GS and MS nothing there at this point. ASML, we're looking for a short trade. Of course, we're not going to post any entry right now. It's way too early. I mean, by the time the market's open, this one can close the gap. So hopefully it won't do it because we want to trade it to the downside, and we have a weakness in China after greatness in China yesterday. Please like and subscribe, guys. If you need or you have any questions, use our email. thechartsmaverick@gmail.com, and we'll be seeing you, of course, in the next video. Another reminder, if you're interested in a mentorship program, please, or you want to watch our day trading intro program, explain program, we call it actually day trading explain program, that's on the channel, obviously free. We do have a paid mentoring session that we want to promote, and hope some of you will join at one point. So thank you for being here. Do like and subscribe, and we'll see you, of course, in our next video.